At least not in the prison.
Okay, Star Wars, Legend of the Force, Episode 2, Chapter 8, The Maze. Now trapped on the asteroid after their ship was destroyed, our heroes are quickly running out of options. The mysterious adversary seems determined to force them into the maze, and with surrender seeming to be their only other, yet unacceptable alternative, the party may soon have no choice but to venture into the maze. Many questions remain to be answered. What does their adversary want? What was happening on this asteroid? Had they prevented Dell's terrible vision? Will Alon's leadership rescue the party from divisive doom? The answers may lie behind dark and twisted tunnels.
You start thinking we start gonna die?
Yeah, Barry, how do you end up being the leader in our games?
No clue. I'm a natural leader by in real life, but I don't know how I end up doing so in games. Because my characters end up having naturally high charisma and whatnot and can sweep people off their feet and make people go, okay, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. That's why.
Well, how about we see some of that?
I wish people would actually. I wish I could use my charisma a lot more, except that I only have a +2, which is kind of weird. He's actually got a low charisma score.
Mine is +4.
Yeah, because it's the use the force bonus.
Yeah, that's
So technically, Dell has high charisma, but that's not how I play Dell.
yeah.
He's charismatic in the fact that sometimes he can see things, so he can tell people what they want to hear. But he's not actually charismatic.
Okay, so just to recap, you guys are sitting in a room full of stasis chambers, having just injected Dell and Pakaz with some strange viscous purple fluid. And
They volunteered for it.
Pakaz trying to inject Kalani stealthily and failing.
They volunteered for it. It's whatever
And
happens
Alexa
is their fault.
watching the corridor.
We're
Yeah.
now back at full health, though. Yeah.
So, what's going on?
We discovered a bunch of creepy tanks, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
And a magical drug that our new Jedi friends are all over.
That Dell and Pakaz are all over. Everybody else is like, yeah, no, thank you.
To be fair, the only Jedi said, no. Dell isn't a Jedi anymore, and I never was.
I know, I don't want to say Force users all the time.
They need a new nickname. You could call them Sensies for Force sensitives.
No.
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 Oh, no.
Nope.
What? So everyone's standing around the medical bay staring at each other.
Yes, we are.
I've still got the needle in my hand.
I'm still glaring at him.
I'm still keeping watch on the corridors. I saw, when we left off, did I start seeing shapes on one end? Or is that just my imagination?
You heard like a ghost of a footstep or some sound coming from the
Okay.
south, but you didn't see anything.
Oh yeah, I am the wall as well. I forgot about that.
Oh, and I did tell everyone that, because I calmed it back to Ayland.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go
Oh,
find a spaceship
Wait,
and
one
fly
other
out of here.
note is that because you only have 3 dark side points, not 5, because it was supposed to be that every time you use the Force Underdark, you do take half a dark side point instead of a full dark side point.
Oh, that's great. Now I can use more Force points.
Because maybe we should keep trying to decipher that ship.
Otto, are we done playing here? Because we've got more rooms to investigate, and I don't like being in one place too long, particularly in a place like this.
Yes, let's keep moving.
Picaz packs up the containers, or injects the stuff back into the container, and then hands it off to Dell. And it says, "Fine, if you die, it's not my fault." And then heads off to start translating from the console more.
Okay, so notes on that healing liquid stuff. There's like a handheld device that you load the canisters into that is used for doing the injections. So you would have to take that with you if you want to use it, and it weighs 15 kilograms. And there are 3 large canisters that look like they contain like probably 20 doses of liquid each.
Picaz can carry it all.
Those each weigh 1 kilogram.
I mean, somehow I could probably carry all of that without getting encumbered.
Well, you were carrying all those weapons, weren't you?
Yeah, and I'm still not encumbered.
Yeah, Dell can't carry he can't carry the injector. It's not gonna happen.
Picaz is our bag of holding.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of trying to hint at. Is
Well,
it-
I only have 12 strength. Who has more strength than me? Does anyone have more than 12 strength?
I have 8. I have 20.
Then
I
you
have
should be able to-
18.
Then you should be able to hold it.
Yes, but I'm by the door. I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah, she's like way around the corner.
I get to
and
be the
whatnot.
pack horse, don't I?
Oh, hey Kalani, also when you were injecting Dell, he directed you toward his left arm.
Okay. What?
That is all. It's important, but you don't know why
That's
it's important.
relevant makes me really suspicious.
It was his left arm you injected, not his right arm or his neck. You know, it was his left arm.
I think we should go ahead and just saw it off right now.
Can I roll perception to see if I noticed anything about since I
Yeah,
was
for that
involved with
matter.
injections?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Not really.
Nope. You're just like, oh, left arm, okie dokie.
Oh, that I was just if I noticed him say that to her, but I guess I wasn't paying attention to that.
Is that your rule to determine why I'm going towards my left hand arm? Well, when you're looking at it, you kind of notice that his right arm seems a little bit robotic, which you didn't notice before because his robe normally hides most of it.
Okay.
Wait, we all noticed that?
No,
No,
go
I
ahead.
mean, it'd probably just be Kalani because she was like right next to me, and like I didn't roll up my right sleeve or anything, so
So we don't all notice that you have a robot arm?
no, because he wears gloves, and he has a long robe, so no.
Kalani might
Okay, Picasa, I'm gonna do
raise an
character
eyebrow,
creation
but I don't
for
know
the,
that
so
there's
it's
much
character name.
to comment about it.
Okay.
What?
I'm really close to being encumbered.
Am I carrying something now?
Do you agree to carry the Sith medical device?
Eh. It's just the injector, right? Is that what? Yeah, I guess. I'll grumble about it, but
I don't mean to rush y'all, but we kind of do need to move on. Um, Come on, wrap it up just a little bit.
Do you want me to look into this console anymore? See if there's anything else useful here?
I have more of a feeling that the datapad is gonna show enlighten us a lot more than the console. So go ahead and focus on that. Now
Yeah,
that
but there
we're-
are days of entries on this thing. It's gonna take. We're gonna have to sit for a long time if we're gonna be looking at that.
we kind of need to get out of here.
Yeah, see if you can't speed through it as much as you can, but don't go too fast. We'll get through this place eventually, anyways. But there might be something important on that data pad, and we might have time through it, time to read it, since it sounds like we have some kind of maze to go through later. Or at least the space station seems like a maze, with all its tunnels and twists and turns and such.
So, are we going?
Well, we really haven't looked at the rest of this room yet, but once we give it a quick once over, make sure there's nothing we missed. Yeah, we should probably keep moving.
Because goes back to the data pad.
So, where are we heading in here?
I mean, Kayath, should we just like roll perception as we like scout the room?
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys notice some of the stasis chambers are open, other ones are closed, and there's some dust and tracks in the dust in front of the ones that are open. And you also see that one of the panels on the wall, well, no, Kalani sees that one of the panels on the wall has another one of those star-shaped key devices in it.
I'll draw the others' attention to that.
It has a key thing in it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think that's about?
Probably something important.
I'm sorry.
going
Is
back.
it the key part or the keyhole?
It's both. It's a key, like the one that you guys use to open the door, and it's inside of a keyhole.
But I don't think we should turn it. I think I should go back to the computer and see if I can find out what that is.
Are there any markings near it that might tell us what it is either?
No. It's in the wall that's just like adjacent to where the computer terminals are.
Well, I'm going to go to the computer terminals and try and look through more of the stuff to find out what that might be.
And the longer you guys stay in here, you guys sort of pick up on the fact that there's like sort of a strange scent in the air, but you can't quite place it.
Quick question, did they search the whole room?
Yeah. All of the to the north and south, there's just like a corridor in the middle with like alcoves cut in the walls, and they're just all lined with stasis chambers.
Okay, well, I'm going to go and to the computer terminal and look for more information.
Okay, you can roll use computer.
Okay.
Yeah, as you navigate around the computer, you see that the main two sections of the computer are focused either on controlling the stasis chamber pods or records about the medical equipment.
What did the records of the medical equipment say?
That's what you looked through before to find
Oh.
the healing solution. But there's just
What
like
are the controls
basically a
for the
list of
stasis
some-
pods?
Do you want to access that submenu?
Without activating any of the controls, yes.
And this is where I have a bad feeling.
Okay, and from there you see there's like spots where you can control each of the stasis pods activation status and also open and close it. And there's also like a log history of the stasis chambers.
No terminate occupant button?
Not that you see.
This is the Sith, not Vault-Tec. Oh, there's not much difference.
Okay, well, I
Not
leave
what?
that alone.
Vault-Tec, the main technology suppliers in Fallout.
Oh, that craziness.
Yeah, let's just say they're about as bad as the Sith.
Yay.
Well, we might actually want to check about that key and see if it leads to anything important that we might also need to destroy.
Do make it quick then. I don't
What
like
if-
staying here
What if
too
we
long.
got a spaceship and blew the asteroid up from the outside with lasers?
Well, we don't have one.
Yeah, that's
I'm just
kind of our
saying,
whole problem
lasers.
right now.
Either way, we should.
Dirk says, "Do you know where we could get a spaceship? I mean, we are stuck here. If you know where we can get a spaceship, you should tell us. And then we'll get a spaceship, and then we can all escape."
Are you still even here? I thought you got killed.
I really think we should stop bickering and get on with whatever we're gonna do.
So, are we removing the key from the keyhole, or are we leaving it? That's
Or
really the
turning
question.
it.
All right. So let's do that.
Because I'll volunteer.
Okay, who used the key the last time? Was it Pakaz? Or was it
I
Kalani?
believe it was me.
Okay. Well, when you put it in the last time, it doesn't really turn. It's just like you put the key in the slot, and that's what opened the door.
Hmm. I walk up to the key and pull it out.
Okay, it comes out of the slot.
Does anything change?
Roll perception.
Who?
Anyone who wants to be vigilant and looking?
I think Kalani's kind of paranoid at this point, so that would make sense.
I see nothing.
You are the wall, and the wall is you.
Oh, I got a better roll than Kalani.
Okay, no one notices anything except because out of the corner of your eye you see a little light flicker on the computer.
I go back to the computer and see what looks different. Without pushing buttons if I can.
Okay, well, it's just sitting at the main screen.
I grab Elon and tell him to watch the computer, and then I go and put the key back in.
Alright.
Yeah, then a little light on one of the terminals turns on when you put the key in.
What? Does Elon show me which one did that?
Yeah, I point right at it and say that light flickered on.
Uh, does the light have any markings near it that would signal anything?
No, it's in sort of a bank of lights.
Yay, meaningless banks of lights.
Where's the handbook? Instruction manual?
I go back and pull it out and then go back and
Is
look
it
through the
is it
computer
row
window
5,
and see
column
if
12,
anything's
or
not working.
You go back and use the computer, you said?
Yeah, I pull the key out and then go back and
Okay.
see if any options aren't there anymore or anything.
Roll use computer.
And if I suspect anything is amiss, if anything seems to go wrong, I'm going to run straight back and put the key in immediately. Oh,
Everything seems to be the same in all of the menus.
I go back and I put the key in and I say, let's get out of here. I don't know what that does. I'm not messing around anymore when I don't know what something does. It's kind of risky, so let's get out of here.
Makes sense. All right, let's head back to
yay?
the main hallway and see what we can find from there. That way,
Okay, Alexa, roll perception.
we can pick up Lexa and whatnot.
Did anyone notice the fact that I rolled a natural one?
Yes.
I don't think we can notice in character though.
Well,
This
yes,
is
but-
true.
I mean, I may be being paranoid for no reason. I just didn't notice something that I otherwise would have noticed in character. But I have a bad feeling.
Yeah, Alexa, while you've been standing there, you haven't heard the sound again, or any other sounds, other than just the constant hum of the air moving through the passageways.
Great. I think we're good, guys.
Can I roll perception?
Yeah?
Ah,
Oh, Alexa, by the way, do you
So
need any medical
many.
treatment? We found some good medical stuff.
No.
Do you need me to move you, Dell, or are you staying in there for a reason?
Oh, no. I'm not standing there for a reason.
Okay, so where are you guys heading to now?
The main hall, and then, or hall, I should say, and then we're gonna check the northernmost hangar and its control, and then after that, I suppose we'll head to the maze, or that's how Aeland is thinking.
Am I carrying you again, because?
Well, I mean, if you don't, he just wanders off and probably walks into walls on occasion.
I pick him up by his collar and throw him on my back.
Darn it, I thought that would have been funny.
I had a dog that used to do that. That's kind of funny.
Okay, so you guys
Well,
walk
that's what I would
along
do
the
if I were trying
corridor
to translate on a data pad while
until
walking
you
down
make it to the
corridor.
control room that you guys have been in before.
Can I go to the controls and, like, I don't know, see if there's any, see if there's any ships docked in any of the landing pads.
Yeah, you can do that. Just roll use computer.
And I will help her.
I'm still carrying because.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, as you look around in the systems, you see some indications that another one of the landing pads on the station has been activated.
It's the one right next to the main control room, I bet.
Mm-hmm. I would bet so too. I just wonder if there's a way to bypass the maze and get to that specific landing pad. If there is, we may not even have to encounter them the way they wish.
Well, my idea would be to go back to that door that we encountered up around here and couldn't get past last time, and try to bypass the electronics and just mechanically unlock it and force it open.
I thought we already tried that. We couldn't do it.
No, we just tried to unlock it using the electronic system.
I can't remember. Have we found that these consoles contain like a better map inside? Like, I guess what I'm trying to figure out is there a way to get to the west hangar from where we are?
Yes.
Well-
From this, you guys have used this console before, and you discover that it seems like the main reference map that all of these consoles are linking to download is the one that's corrupted. So you couldn't get a better version of the map than the one that you got from the other room. But looking at the maps that you guys do have, there is, you know that there's like a corridor that travels basically around the perimeter of the entire asteroid base. And that's one of the entries is that wall that's like, there's a tunnel that's just below you guys, the door you tried to get through before. And then also on the other side of the asteroid, the other half of that square going around the perimeter, there is another hallway over there. And then there's some indications that the maze portion, which is not shown on the map in detail, also connects to another large room on the inner part of the asteroid that's connected to the periphery as well.
Well, then I suppose the option is we could just travel in a big circle, check every hangar, and steal the ship from under their nose. Hopefully, betting that they can't hear this discussion now.
Well, that's assuming a lot. And I do believe he's been watching us on camera, because he at least knows half of what our actions are. And he's been following us for sure.
He probably only knows that we tried to get out back to our own ship because we forced open the doors and nearly depressurized the entire station.
I just thought of something. Yeah, he keeps saying he's going to send men after us, but we've seen nothing, heard nothing except those creatures. And judging by what you described, those things could be released by a console. How do we even know he has men and he's not just bluffing his way through this as well?
We don't. I suspect that he doesn't, but
As long as we're cut
he
off
does
from,
have control of the station.
yeah, as long as he has control and we're cut off from his ship, we can't really get off.
True, but these doors aren't impervious. We've managed to cut our way through or hack our way through them.
That's what my idea was the entire time. We just try and open up the panels and mechanically force open the doors. Manual override, as it were.
Yeah. Let's try this hallway that goes around the perimeter, or that seems to, and then if that fails, we have no other choice but the maze, because that's like the only way to get through to the other side.
We haven't tried to force open the doors yet.
Perhaps let's go to the doors first. We might not even have to.
Through.
Well, we can try real quick with the ones right outside the.
Right. I'll start moving towards the hallway.
Yeah. And then we'll lead the party that way as well. Assuming they trust the ghost that's the ghost of Christmas past or whatnot.
So wait, are you saying that there's a wall here, or is that a door?
Yeah, that's a door. Sorry.
Okay, so we want to go this way then.
No, the other door is down here. Yeah, actually, well, so before, when you guys went to go to the main room, Pakaz, like, tried to lock all of the other doors that he had access to, and that included those doors. That's why they were closed again. So technically, in order to get up there, you had to go back to the original control room, and then unlock the doors, and then you could get into that control room.
I'm confused.
So, fast forward button.
So after you went from the stasis pod room, you went up there, and then the doors were locked, and then you walked all the way back to the original control room that overlooked where your ship used to be, and unlocked the doors, and then you came back and got in.
Maybe we could just say that when the last time Bukaz was in that control room, he just unlocked those doors. That seems easier.
Well, it depends, because if you guys really walked all the way that far, I'm going to say that Pakaz read another entry in the thing by then, so...
I like that version.
So let's go with that. You guys
Great.
spent a long time checking through the
Yes.
dark asteroid and seeing nothing.
Ugh.
And that also confirms your suspicions that you were making about not seeing anyone, since you have now backtracked through that part of the asteroid multiple times.
This is getting ridiculous.
Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so the next journal entry that Pakaz decoded says, a setback and a breakthrough. Subject survived for 8 days, showing remarkable adaptation throughout the process. No sign of host consciousness. However, the dark side energy started to build to critical levels, and we were unable to abate them. On day 8, the energy erupted violently, destroying the creature along with Dark Quay and half the lab.
Okay.
Energy creature sounds familiar. Lexa kind of shudders as she remembers.
Okay, so this is like a door somewhere around here, right?
It's right next to where I just moved Kalani.
Yeah, for some reason I can't see over there. But right around here, it's like there's a wall. Or there we go, now I can see.
Yeah, that's because I hadn't moved you over there. So you just have line of sight from your character.
I didn't see my character up there. That's weird. I thought you'd already moved me because of that. But, we should try the door right here to mechanically force it open.
Well, is we need to do that? Can we just open it?
Well, we tried last time and it didn't work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't have any control over that door from the control room because it says you don't have high enough permissions on that console.
Yeah, it's been locked by the master control room, which overrides all other commands.
So we're going to use computer or mechanics?
Mechanics, because computer won't do anything. Unless you have some hacking programs.
No. Who has the highest mechanic skill?
Well, I've got one.
I have 11.
Here, let me look. Mechanics. I have 12.
Wasn't there someone else in here who's high in mechanics?
The one who
Me.
exploded themselves?
Ah. Well, then I guess you're up. I'll help you.
Okie dokie.
Well, last session, John was pretty handy in helping you open the door to outer space.
That's true. Does John want to
Nat
help
20.
Picasso instead? Oh, never mind.
That's probably the only thing that would let me do this, too.
So from the outside, the door seems perfectly normal, and then you try to look into like the opening mechanisms on the door, and as you peer back in there with a little bit of light, you see subtle evidence that looks like the control mechanisms for the door have been destroyed.
So, what does that mean? Can we bust through it, or
Well, if you can break the door down, yeah.
So it looks like, because you looked like basically the door is completely wedged in place and the opening mechanisms are completely destroyed.
Is there no lock, though? Or is there no locking mechanism?
The locking mechanism is part of the mechanism that also opens the door, and that's what's been destroyed.
So is anyone going to try forcing it open? It's not locked.
What
I
kind
could
of
give
door
it a
is it?
shot.
Is it a sliding door, or is it open on hinges? Does it go up into the ceiling?
Yeah, it slides back into the walls.
I mean, I can try to pull it apart. I don't think we should spend too much time, though, if it's not possible.
Oh, for sure.
Probably did the same thing to the other door, but we could take a look and then try it again over there. Oh. Wow.
Snack on that for lunch.
Ooh.
He just pushes Kalani out of the way and says, I've got this.
Yeah, so you reach up to the wall and just try shoving against it as hard as you can, but it basically feels like the wall doesn't even budge. The door doesn't even budge, like it just propped up against an immovable thing inside the wall. There's no like space or give to it that you can shove it anywhere.
With a nat 20?
Oh, I'm glad I wasted that.
It's obvious there's plot armor here. And that can't even penetrate it.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Shall we go?
Well, I mean, if the door mechanism is collapsed, you can't push the door inside of a wall if there's no space for the door to be pushed.
I can push what I like.
Well, a door mechanism typically doesn't close up the recess into which the door retracts when it opens. It just means that the mechanics to move the door around.
Okay, so where to next?
All
But
right.
yeah,
Someone was really determined in stopping us from going through this door.
Let's hit the maze. It's either that or we continue wandering around here or we surrender. So
Agreed, I think the maze is our next stop.
well, how? Just a quick thought. How would we
We say,
How
I
would
surrender,
we
and throw our hands up.
Yeah, but how would that work?
I don't know.
Yeah, there's not really anyone to take us prisoner that we have seen. Although there was that knocking on the door near our ship we heard that one time.
Yeah, before we depressurize that entire area.
Perhaps surrendering would be calling his bluff.
Or maybe it
And if we
wouldn't.
just say we're going to surrender, we can just kill the people who try to capture us.
Yeah, after you just said that, Wedney's probably listening to us.
Listening, we tried talking to him before, and there's no stuff for him to listen with.
If I was a betting woman, I'd say he can see where we're going, but cannot hear what we're saying.
Yes.
But then again, I'm not a betting woman, so I wouldn't put anything on it.
That would probably be the best. Would be the best bet. He could probably see us. Might be able to read lips if he were zooming in that way, but everything else is up to speculation.
Are you guys coming?
Dirk says, so you guys think that if we surrender, things will go better? Maybe we should consider that.
Not entirely better, lad. More like,
Different.
yeah, different than the way things have been going.
Well, if he does have troops that are somewhere else on this asteroid, if we can make it to the control room and just face this voice we've been hearing without his troops being there, I would prefer that.
I think that's what we'd all prefer, but that's
Of
not
course.
looking like it's gonna work. We should check the other end of the ring around the station and see if there's a way through there, if the door mechanisms have been busted in the same way, and if not, and if they have been, then we go through the maze, I would guess.
Can I make a perception for cameras?
Yeah.
Do you mention that out loud, perhaps? That you're gonna look for that?
Waiting to see the results.
Yeah, so as you look around, most of the corridor is just cut out of the pitch black rock, but there are some other like pipes and things running along, like most notably along the ceiling where there are lights.
I take my sword and smash one of the lights.
Okay,
Wait, there are lights?
they're not on, but there are lights.
I just smash it anyway.
Okay. There aren't any sparks or anything. Nothing really happens. There's just some broken stuff that rains down onto you from the ceiling.
Don't worry, she's got a Picaz hat.
If he is watching us, we need to keep our eye out for cameras and such. Maybe if we could find a place where he can't watch us, we might be able to plan a little bit better.
What are you using perception on, Kalani?
When she mentions looking for the cameras, I'll try to do that.
Okay. You also see some stuff and like pipes and tubing and things running along the ceiling. Yeah.
At least I'm not the wall yet. This time.
You saw Lexa break the light, but until she did that, you didn't realize there were lights up there.
Yep.
Because you hadn't had much cause to look up there, because they're not on.
Yep.
Can we fast forward to the part where we get
Yeah, I was about to ask
unexplored territory?
where you guys are trying to get to.
The maze.
Following the ring around the station to try the other way in.
But see, are you guys trying to get to the maze, or are you trying to get to the other side of the station? See, that's why I haven't moved you yet.
We're trying to get into the area that's been locked off.
I thought the area that's been locked
Do the
off
other way.
has got knocking sounds on the other side, which would mean guards.
Okay, so here's the
Mhm.
maze. You guys walk upon the maze where there's dead bodies of all those creatures.
Yeah, I thought we were going to the maze because it's like
Well, I mean,
everything is.
I would
pointing
say
to that.
yes.
So, are we going in, or have we figured out another option?
I mean, from an out of character perspective, the maze is where we need to go because we all
Yeah.
know why we're not getting any headway anywhere else.
Yeah. Well, Aelon is figuring the maze
I mean, you guys can
anyways.
surrender.
That's
Well, how? How do we surrender? How does that work?
I
You know,
don't know.
possibly we've trapped ourselves here because that door is clearly unmovable, and we depressurized the other entrance. I don't really see how anyone could get to the side of the asteroid now.
Well, no, there was rubble.
Well,
I
remember
thought
the,
that, yeah, it got
It was
refilled.
repressurized. When you guys opened it to go back for the chip, you saw that there was less pressure, but that the doors to the outside had been closed off.
I thought I broke those doors.
Right, the doors to the airlock were broken, but the door that was like on the very edge of the asteroid, which had been open originally,
Like
was then
some sort of
shut.
blast doors or something?
No, just,
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, if I move us down here real quickly, like this door and this door are the two doors for the airlock, and those are both broken. But there's also a door down here that leads out to the ramp to the docking thing, and that's closed.
Okay. Well, I
Yes.
left my mark on this station, and I'm proud of that.
yes, you did. Big old red words. Lexa Scarlet was here.
Yes. I also would paint my hunter symbol that's on the side of my armor right there at the bottom.
Alright, well, Aelon is advocating for the maze right now since to him he doesn't see any other option. To him the other way around the entire station is probably filled with guards and whatnot, and he doesn't want to deal with them.
well, I mean, I'd rather fight the guards, go in there, because dark side stuff. But
Oh, here's something I've been thinking about. We could surrender and instead ambush whoever comes to pick us up. Or
yes,
we could give the maze a shot and hope in our strength and arms that we can get through that.
I don't think it's going to come down to strength in that maze. Not necessarily physical strength, anyways.
And that's what I'm afraid of.
That's why I'd prefer to just go pound their heads into the side of the walls and make them get us out of here because they destroyed our ship.
You're also assuming that there's a clear shot as soon as we open the doors down there, straight to whomever we find. He may have doors upon doors separating him and us.
Well, it depends on how we want to play it. I mean, we could, if they bring us to him, or if they demand we hand over our arms when we quote unquote surrender.
The only thing I don't like about the maze is the fact that he wants us to go through it. And anytime an enemy wants you to do something, that's usually an indication that you should not do it.
The real question is why he wants us to do it.
That's got my curiosity up more than anything else. Why send us through the maze? What's in there?
Yeah, that's
And I'm also
maybe.
one to spring a trap that's in front of me rather than have a trap sprung on me that's right beneath my nose.
Or maybe there's something else on this station that requires going through that maze that he wants.
I think
Almost-
death is in that maze.
It almost feels like from the beginning we've been directed, because he only spoke to us after we destroyed that crystal. Ever since then, it's been go do this, do that, or I'll punish you in some way.
And then
Well, I
he
wanna know
blew
how
up
he-
our ship.
I want to know how he blew up the ship. Does he have a different ship in orbit around
Or
the
maybe-
asteroid?
Or perhaps we just overlooked some defenses that he has access to.
That is quite possible. Either way, I think trying to go around through the other way to the control room, at least giving it a look, wouldn't be a bad idea.
Alright, I'll humor you. I don't like the maze either. Let's see if we can't find another way around it. Besides, Stuffy Muffy can wait.
What?
Stuffy Muffy.
Again, what?
Stuffy Muffy. Like, Stuffy Muffin, just shorten Muffin up.
What does that mean?
Calling him an airhead, basically.
I've never heard
He's-
that phrase.
Nobody has. I just made it up.
I have. My grandma says that.
Really?
She says stuffy muffin, but I got that you shortened it.
Really?
Yeah. My grandma's very old school, which I like, but yeah.
I have honestly never heard the phrase before, but it sounds about like something that would be said. But okay.
Alright, so we're going the long way. We're not gonna just
Yes,
cut
let's.
straight to the inevitable, guys.
It's a long way.
Fight to the end.
The villain can sit in his corner and sit on attack for all I care for right now.
Listen, if you roll enough natural 20s, eventually he'll have to die.
This does
I
seem
mean,
to be
natural
the
20s
norm.
don't
do it.
automatically mean you succeed. Like, if you roll a natural 20 on a jump roll trying to jump to the moon, you can't jump to the moon. That's physically impossible, so...
But it means you don't
I've just about
die
had it with
while
this
doing
GM
it.
telling me what I can't do.
Get out your lightsabers. We'll start running through into the unaccessible corridors.
But a natural 20 on my blaster bolt should be able to puncture a hole inside any space station, any door, no matter what I aim it at, including the moon.
Oh dear.
Alright, once again avoiding the inevitable and going the long way on the other side.
Yes, long
Can
way.
we fast forward through the long way though?
Yeah. Let me group you guys up for quote-unquote teleportation.
Or, in
Scotty!
Picasso sense, just put us in a ship, and then it will be actual teleportation.
Wait, where is that for you?
Scotty, beam us
Where's
up.
Dell?
Oh,
What do you mean?
because isn't,
He's right there.
What?
because
I
isn't
don't see
even
him.
walking.
He's in the bottom, he's
just
next to
reading.
John.
He was not just there. He just told.
Oh, he was probably underneath one of the dead creatures then, because he was standing on top of it, on my perspective.
He tripped. That's what he's been doing while we've been talking, picking himself back up.
No, if anyone's looking at
What?
it, he just seemed
You
like
left me behind.
lost in thought.
I don't
During
see
that
you. Are you also
conversation.
underneath the creature? Ah, yes, you are.
Guys, you can't underneath the bodies. That's not a sound strategy.
That's a great strategy. It worked in the Predators. I don't know what you're talking about.
It actually is, particularly with explosives.
Okay, now where are we?
Trying to fast forward our way over to the airlock.
Okay, you guys are now back in the thing where all the craziness was.
Yay.
Are the people still knocking on the door?
Everyone roll perception.
Oh, hey, it's higher than a 2.
Yeah.
Okay, are you guys gonna open the door?
Yep.
What did the perception roll tell
Yeah,
us?
what?
Oh, sorry. You were listening for. Oh, yes. Sorry. You listen and you hear nothing aside from the rushing of air. And that's as in the continual life support, not air being rushed out of vacuum or anything, like last time we were in this room.
Alright, let's see if we can open the door.
Okay, so did Pakaz unlock all of the doors
Yeah.
when you guys made your off-camera detour?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, everyone roll perception.
Perception when we can clearly see someone standing there.
Kalani clearly sees someone standing there.
And John does as well.
And because
Where's all this light coming from? How can you guys all see that?
I can see it
Is there?
because I
Well,
have really
yes.
good vision.
Is there a light source in this room? I don't.
I have my
Me?
light.
I think it's me.
No, it's definitely
Unless-
Dell. It's Dell and Kalani put together.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, the way the angles are, Dell's lantern is going right there to it.
Hey.
I
Testing.
can see quite a bit
'Cause
without the
Kalani's
light sources, so
light
I don't
source
really know
doesn't
what
go
you're
there.
talking about.
I don't know. Anyways,
What?
yeah, so as the door opens up, you see one of the creatures with its back to the door walking down the hallway.
Someone stealth it.
Giant kitty with lightsabers.
I was gonna say everyone roll initiative.
I would have to move at least one more forward before I get my bonus damage attack for stealth, but yeah.
That is not the correct thing. There we go.
Ooh, I really want to go first.
So it would seem.
And I forgot to click on my token before I rolled.
Too bad 20s on initiative don't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
They make me go first.
Which is good for this fight. We want to go first. We can kill it quick.
Should I re-roll or will you just add that to my
I'll just add it.
Okie
'What did you get?
14.16.
Unless I get to keep my natural 20 from stealth, from my stealth roll earlier.
Okay, it is Dell's turn.
Alright, as you've been walking around, Dell seemed very preoccupied with himself. And he's just gonna be there. Hold on a second.
He's there for moral support, right?
No, he's just chilling out. Like, he looks like he's lost inside his own head.
Really? You get to go
What?
first? Ah,
Deep in thought, we shall say.
Does it remind everyone of the way Pakaz acts sometimes?
Hey, shush. Shush you. You're the only other person who knows anything about anything.
Okay, Kalani.
What do you think?
I think we should kill it quick.
Oh, that was Dell's light that was shining on it. I see. Okay.
I told you it was Dell's.
Yes. Do you want to? Is that a regular attack or is that charge?
What does charge do again?
+2 to your attack, -2 to your defense.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so you run up behind the creature and slash into its back with its lightsabers. I mean, with your lightsabers. and it roars in pain and starts turning around.
Yay.
Aland.
Well, since she now has its attention and all this jazz, I'm just one square out of the way, but I can't really do this. I'm going to take aim and fire with my blaster pistol, since that's been out for a while.
Yeah, you open fire as it's still turning around in surprise from Kalani's attack, and you deftly fire right over Kalani's shoulder and hit the creature as it spins around.
Precise shot for the win. And yeah, that's 24 damage. And aimed as well, goes down on a condition track, yada yada yada. All the special stuff that makes you want to hate a gunslinger.
Okay. John.
I aim my blaster at the creature and fire.
Okay, the creature falls over dead as it gets hit with another shot as it's still reacting to the initial blow. And as before, can even fully turn around and face Kalani. It is now dead and laying on the ground. As its
Bye-bye.
body sort of flops over with its inertia of spinning.
Nice, guys.
Okay, Alexa, do you want to do anything?
I'll move up 6 squares. I can see that there's another creature.
Yay.
Do you say anything?
Well, I was making sure that GM was going to let me do that.
Yeah.
'cause-
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then I'm like, there's more ahead. Be ready. And I'm going to take a defensive stance.
Okay, because.
Okie dokie. Gonna move there. And I can't quite see another creature. I guess I'll just move up all the way. Still can't see anything. So and yeah, that's where I'm gonna stick.
Well, you see suddenly a creature running out of the darkness towards you.
Oh boy.
Oh.
See, I was counting on this. I mean, not a natural one, but a bad roll.
Okay, well, it got an odd number, which means something bad happens, and then the something bad happens was the 6, which is it misses, and it's very comical as it hideously misses you.
That's
At
not
least
something
according to
bad.
me. I know. Well, that's how it is in the Holy Lands thing that I sort of combined with this.
How about
Unless
we
you
switch
change
that to
option
roll
number
again?
6. Option number 6 is it gets to. Oh, just don't forget there is no option number 6. Just roll 1d5.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you already rolled the odd or even to figure out if something bad
Yeah,
happened or
I
not.
know it is not a very good system, but okay. So it hits itself for half damage. So it would have done 18 damage. So it takes 9 damage. So the creature sort of bellows and charges out of the darkness, and as it swings, it just. It was expecting someone taller, so it just swings right over Pikaz's head, and then it hits itself
Arr, you're short. Ow.
Okay, and then another creature charges out of the darkness and goes for Lexa. But
Else.
that misses. Her fighting defensively allows her to easily dodge the attack as she was sort of expecting it. Okay, Dell, as you sit there contemplating